Hello and welcome back to Realm of Thrones, and when we left off, Dragonstone had finally declared war against someone in Westeros, and, well, unfortunately enough, it was a place, well, I mean, it's a large map, so they declared war on someone that was pretty far away, which was not the best thing ever, but we did get a pretty nice opportunity to attack a couple of vassals, and as a result I've actually been able to earn some pretty good money. As you can see down here, I'm actually getting a slightly better amount from my workshops. I actually just purchased another workshop in King's Landing itself. Not sure if that was the right way to go, because I think we're actually going to be declaring war against the Westerlands in just a second. But yeah, that notwithstanding, they have massive amounts of support for a war against the Dothraki Horde. As I have already shown you in previous episodes, this is probably not the best idea, considering how far away they are. However, the Westerlands has 76% support, and we have to spend 150 influence here, which I think is okay. I don't think that's going to be too bad. I have 300, so that should be fine. Anyway, I managed to capitalize a little bit on some more vassals before peace was made against the free houses, as you can see right here. And they're actually paying us 1,200 tribute per day, which is pretty amazing, all things considered. We didn't really do much to them, or shall we say, my allies didn't really do much to them. I was the one that was there, you know, just preying upon any vassals that I could get my hands on, pretty much. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. Otherwise, let's do this. Let's declare war, and we're gonna have to spend an additional 60. Do we need to do that? Yeah, I'm actually gonna just spend the additional 60 because I'd like to force through this war. Stannis doesn't want to do that. Little bit weird that he doesn't want to do it. I don't know. I feel like we're not doing better in terms of combat strength, but I feel like we should probably be okay. I don't know. I feel like we'll do all right. Anyway, let's have a look-see here. We have meryn trant over here. Okay, yeah. Okay, let's see how it goes, shall we? Let's see how it goes. I'm a little bit I'm feeling pretty good about this. Let's just say I'm feeling pretty good about this. So let's see what happens. Maybe I'm going to be able to achieve victory. Come on, come on. Can I actually... I think can we win, even? Let me actually just take a quick look at the composition, because I wasn't aware that meryn trant would actually be fighting us, but there you go. All right, there we are. Fantastic. Okay. Yeah, so there's the combat strength. Unfortunately, it is still the black color, even though I have changed my banner, so I'm not entirely sure what's going on with that. Maybe it's just a bit of a bug there, but otherwise, yeah, that's the combat strength right now, so that should be not bad, but we can only hope that we're just going to get a massive amount of experience, good amounts of loot, and then we're going to make massive money. Oh yes, because that's what we need. We need a lot of money. All right, so let me see here. I've got a lot of cavalry. So I think it's probably a good idea for me to just tell them to follow me. I'm not going to do the stupid thing that I usually do where I run my cavalry into the enemy's infantry. Let's face it, it's probably not the best idea to do that most of the time. Although, actually, maybe not. Maybe it's not that bad, because I have a lot of people with lances here, a lot of people with spears. It's probably not even going to be that terrible for me to do anything like that, because they're just going to absolutely rampage through the enemy's ranks, probably doing some pretty massive damage in the process. So maybe we don't even need to worry, you know? Maybe we don't even need to worry. Oh, that was some good damage, though. That was some good damage. I like that. Can I get some more of that, please? I only need one more hit to kill this guy. I think he's the leader. Isn't he the leader? It seems like he might be the leader. Okay, can we kill him, please, guys? There we go. We're just going to surround... just going to completely surround the guy. He was not pleased, that's for sure. Anyway, I'm just going to try and do a little bit of damage with my thrown weapons. Try not to drag my cavalry through the enemy's lines. Wow, my thrown weapons are amazing. Did you see that? I did so much damage to the ground right there. I know it didn't show, you know, the amount of damage, but I could tell that it was easily over 9,000. I mean, really, it was. Trust me, okay? I'm obviously joking. Anyway, let's see what we can do here. I'm going to just drag them over the one side of the infantry just to get a couple of glancing blows there, here and there. Not really going to want them to stick around too much, so we're just going to do a little bit more of the hit and run kind of strategy. And now we're going to start moving our infantry and our archers a bit closer. And we could probably just tell our horse archers to charge in. I mean, all things considered, they're probably going to be perfectly fine no matter what. And let's see what happens with these guys. I'd like to take out more of their cavalry. There's someone here. Hello there, sir. Can you... Oh, well, that was... that was nice, right? Yeah, that was a nice hit, if ever I saw one. Can I get another one? No. For some reason, I'm actually better at hitting people that are on mounts. What's actually going on with that? That's something that I never would have imagined, not in a million years, but okay. Let's tell my infantry to charge in now. Actually, let's tell them to auto-delegate and see what they decide to do instead, because I don't really want to be in a situation where I tell my infantry to charge and then we have a situation like we had in Pentos, or like we had in Essos more accurately, where we were trying to fight, and then all of a sudden, my forces were completely overwhelmed, and I had no idea what happened. But it was because we charged in. That's it. It's because we charged in, and that was the reason. Anyway, we're actually going to be charging now, and I will just charge along the enemy's line here, just doing as much damage as I can. He says as he does basically none. Yes. There we go, there we go. A little bit more here, please. Yes, there we are, there we are. A little bit of dazing that we need, and let's tell our infantry to charge in now as well. We need them to charge instead of auto-delegating, because auto-delegate is basically just going to keep them back there in kind of like a defensive formation. We certainly don't want that, do we? No. We don't want them to slowly advance towards our opponent. We want to get them right stuck in so that they can do as much damage as possible. And that seems to be working out quite well so far. I'm not seeing many enemies still alive here, and if I do see them, I am attempting to slash at them. Doesn't seem like it's really doing much for me though, because they're all technically dead. So there you have it. Very nice indeed. And yeah, not bad, not bad. We only had 5 deaths. What did we lose? We lost... Yeah, okay. We lost 1 Queen's Man. Not a big fan of that, of course, because they're pretty hard to level up, and you do need war mounts for them. But thankfully, I've actually found a relatively good source of horses. I'm actually going to show you that in just a second. All right. Oh, look at this. We can actually, we can take him prisoner. I think that's probably a good idea. This guy is the governor of King's Landing. Okay. Yeah, it's probably a good idea that we take him prisoner, right? I mean, he's probably going to fetch a pretty decent ransom as well. So let's take him prisoner. Alright, so let's actually just take a quick look at the various people that leveled up here. Unfortunately, as I say, I don't have any war mounts at the moment, so I'm not really going to be able to do much there, which is very sad, but, you know, can't do much about that. So let's just level up the regular units. We do have a lot of the regular horses, so that's not actually too bad. As you can see right here, I have 39 of these. I think these are the ones that get consumed by that. They are just the regular mounts. Yeah, and we don't have any herd problems or anything like that, so that shouldn't be too bad. Anyway, I'm actually going to make my way over to Maidenpool, and as I said, I'm actually going to show you where I'm finding most of my war mounts in just a second. I literally just need to go through some of my people, just get them upgrades. There we go, and that is perfectly fine. Okay, so now we can sell all of this. 4,300, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Any single time you can get yourself into vassal battles, if you have a decent enough army, you're really going to reap the benefits. It is so incredibly good because they just have great loot, and it's just amazing. It really is. Anyway, there's a caravan ambush quest here. Obviously, I'm at war at the moment, so probably not the best idea to do any kind of task, but it's probably a good idea to do it in general. I'm going to go for loose formations because I generally don't tend to use shield wall that much, but that's not to say that it's bad. It's just that I don't tend to use it that much. Anyway, okay, so if you're at peace and you're looking for war mounts, Langward, Traveler's Rest, Bowshot Bridge, Moon Ranch, and Beehive. All of those villages have a potential for war mounts. Oh, and Crown Stables as well as Brindlewood. You see how many there are here? Yeah, pretty crazy. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 villages with potential for horses. And I mean, there's even one over there as well if you want to go into this territory too, but that's going to take a little bit longer. So that is pretty fantastic, if I do say so myself. That means that you're going to definitely have quite a lot of choice in regards to leveling up your own forces. I'm actually going to go over to Crown Stables. Ooh, wait a minute. Hello there, Stafford Lannister. Aha. Okay, so you have a bunch of Banner Knights, which are obviously a bit problematic, but apart from that, you don't really have anything amazing, not as far as I can tell, at least. He does have some Master Pikemen as well. What does he have? Banner Knights, okay. Let's have a look-see. Banner Knight, there we go. And these are... yeah, as I thought. These are the noble units. This is the noble troop line for the Westerlands, or one of them at the very least. And so he has 7 of these, which is not exactly amazing. What about the Kraken units as well? The Ironborn Kraken. They are also noble units. Okay, good to know. Right, so he might actually be pretty difficult for us to deal with, but I kind of want to fight him. Is he running from me? No, he's engaging that... oh, wow. Meryn actually escaped before we had any opportunity to ransom him. That is very sad indeed. Oh, Misty! Misty's coming in! Alright, let's do this, Misty. Come on. Alright, I did not realize that we were going to have people so incredibly brave to go up against Mr. Stafford here. Alright, I didn't level up, unfortunately, so we're just going to go straight on in and see what we can do. But now, here's the problem here. We're going to have issues, because my forces... Oh, no, never mind. I was actually going to say my forces are not going to have a, such a large presence on the battlefield, but apparently I am the one that is commanding the cavalry. It seems like, yep, I am actually the one commanding the cavalry, so I have 72, including her own units. So that is pretty cool, if I do say so myself. So let's actually get going here. And let's see what Mr. Stafford has up his sleeve. No doubt he's got a whole bunch. Okay, let me see what I can do here. Once again, we're going to do the same thing with the cavalry, where we're just going to allow them to follow us. I think that seems like a pretty decent idea for the most part. And then we'll see if I can get some good experience gains. I'm still really wanting to level up my thrown weapons, because trust me, thrown weapons are super, super fun if you can just level them up. Yes. If you can just level them up appropriately, then they're very fun. They are very fun. Okay, don't get killed now. Wow, that was actually a pretty good use of the polearm there. Whoa, these guys are just charging into what could be considered a horse-killing simulator, because literally that is one of the most defensive formations that the AI can go into to prevent horses from dealing damage to their archers. But let's just actually focus on these guys. Why not? Let's just focus on these guys while the infantry are in such an incredibly defensive formation. Seems like a good opportunity to eliminate the Banner Knights while we still can. There we go. Seems to be working quite nicely so far. There we go. Yes, there's another kill for us. Can we get another one? This guy's got thrown weapons. Oh, interesting. Okay. Wouldn't have expected to see someone using thrown weapons here, except me. But there you go. Okay, yep, there we are. They are all done. That is fantastic. And now the... apparently Misty's infantry have decided to charge in. Let's charge in my forces as well and see if I can maybe do some damage here. Nice hit there. Even though it's obviously against a recruit, which is not exactly great. But, you know, that's fine. Let's try and get stuck in. I think, wow, yeah, that was an absolute bloodbath, and I'm very surprised that we were able to win so incredibly easily. I basically lost 0 units, and hilariously enough, Misty with her... Whoa, okay, wait a minute, maybe I need to get more of those halberdiers. Maybe I need to get more halberdiers. Look at how many kills the halberdiers got. 93 kills against enemy infantry and archers? Okay, All right. Well, that's kind of telling me, you know what? You should probably get some more halberdiers. That sounds pretty good to me. Okay. That's kind of giving me pause for thought there. Yeah, okay, my name is Elias, and you completely murdered everyone, and I didn't do anything. Yeah, it's very good. Anyway, I'm going to be taking him prisoner, as you do. Unfortunately, I didn't sell my prisoners, so this is obviously going to be a little bit problematic, but I'm just going to swap them around here so that we take the highest tier units instead of the lowest tier ones, and then we're just going to be leveling up our forces once again. I really do need to get more halberdiers. That was actually incredible. Let me have a quick look-see at their stats. No, they are just, wow, what? Okay, I'm very surprised. I would think to myself, hey, you know what, halberdiers, they're probably going to be relatively decent, but I would never have expected them to do that much damage. There were only 29 of them on the field, and yet Misty's halberdiers just murdered everything in their path, which was very impressive. Anyway, I'm going to sell all my prisoners, as you do. Oh, wait a minute. Hello there, sir. You have 180. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. This guy, we know him, obviously. We know him, but here's the thing. 180 steward. I don't actually need a steward any further. I have 161 steward, and it makes very little sense for me to recruit another companion when companion space is pretty limited at the moment, so probably not the best idea. But instead, what I will do is I will take mounted patrols, I think. Prisoners in your party are 50% less likely to escape. Sounds pretty good to me. And then we have our one-handed weapon proficiency that is also leveled up. And let's have a look-see here. Troops in your party gain 5% more experience after each battle. I think I probably want to take that. Or troops in your party with +8, start with +8 battle morale if you're outnumbered. Either one is pretty good, but I think I'm probably going to be just pure taking lead by example, because the secondary effect of lead by example is 5 battle morale, and this is 8. So it basically makes no sense whatsoever just to, you know, swap around the governor, the governor perk for the party leader perk. I'd much rather have something that is going to be active almost all the time. So that's what we're going to do. Anyway, let's just move on in here. Let's see if any of my people need gear. This guy needs a new shield. There we go. And new shield. There we go. All right, perfect. So now we can just sell all of this. Another 1,700 for us, which is pretty nice. And of course, bear in mind that we did already sell the prisoners, which has given us an even larger amount of cash from that overall that overall excursion that we had just now. Alright, so I'm actually going to go over here to Maiden's Fair, because there's a bunch of noble units. I'm now thinking, is it even worth me going for cavalry, or should I just not? Because it feels to me like maybe the halberdiers are the way to go. I don't know. Halberdiers, super strong. Alright, well, it seems like we're taking Rosby at the moment. Okay, that seems pretty good. I think what I should probably do, though, is just kind of stick around this area and basically just intercept anyone that comes up to us. Because if we do that, we have a very good chance gaining good experience, of course, but apart from that, making sure that our allies' army stays healthy. That's the one thing that you really have to consider. Whoa, this guy's got some very strong units. You see this? Wait a minute, let me actually just do it properly this time. There we go. So he's got 12 banner knights, he has 17 regular knights, he has 16 champions. I don't even know what the champions are. Let's have a look. Westerlands champion. Okay, oh, they are, okay. So he has a bunch of cavalry. This, could be bad. Could be bad for us to attack him, but I'm actually very much wanting to, so let's try it out. I have more cavalry than he does, I think. So we should be perfectly fine. He's very quick on his feet, isn't he? Look at him. He's running away very fast. All right, so let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do against this guy. I think the battle advantage is around here. So we do have the advantage, but obviously in many cases that actually doesn't matter, because you really have a situation on your hands where you're thinking, oh yes, this is an easy victory, and then all of a sudden, due to various other things like battlefield environment, or height advantages, or you making a mistake, I know I've been there. Yeah, those kinds of things can really put a spanner in the works. Anyway, let's do the same thing, right? Let's do the same thing. Seems to be working quite nicely, and I'm actually going to lead the cavalry into a situation where we can possibly get a couple of kills from the enemy's cavalry. Whoa, they have a lot of cavalry. They have a lot of cavalry. This is very, very painful. All right, I'm actually going to be making my shield wall here. Infantry are going to be going into shield wall, and I have barely any of them, as you can quite clearly tell. But now okay, we're going to have to tell them to charge in here. Tell my cavalry to charge in as well. This is basically the main problem. The main problem is going to be the enemy's cavalry. So if we can eliminate them really fast, then I think we're probably going to have a pretty easy time of things. Or maybe not. I don't know. I'm actually not entirely sure what to even do at this point, because I'm thinking to myself, well, my archers are, they should be skirmishing, but I'm actually going to be telling them to move position over to the back here, because I really do not want them to be in a situation where they can kill themselves, or get themselves killed, shall we say. I'm hitting people every single time for about 75 damage, and that seems to not even be enough. They just haven't been damaged at all, which is very, very disappointing. Some of them actually do defend relatively well too, so it is making things much more difficult for me. But seems like we will achieve victory with very minimal losses, which again, I'm actually kind of surprised at, because I was a bit intimidated by the amount of cavalry that he had. But, oh, look at that, we've actually leveled up. Very nice. Okay, well, we're obviously going to be checking out what we can go for. I'm always quite excited when we level up, because there are so many really nice things that we want to go for, and I always think to myself, yeah, you know what, I want to go for this, I want to go for that, and then I end up doing none of those and going for something completely useless. Yes, that is me. I do that. Yeah, but thankfully, obviously, because the game comes out soon, you know, if you want to play it on console, that is, then, well, there you go, you too can choose terrible options like me. Indeed. Anyway, yeah, that is indeed a victory for us. We did end up losing 6? What are the 6? Because as far as I'm aware, I just lost a Dragonstone Knight and then a bunch of other random things. Okay, that's not actually bad. But look at how much influence we're gaining right here. And renown. That is so incredibly nice. I think I actually want to create... Oh, I plundered 10,000 gold. Whoa, plundered 10,000 gold from this guy. Okay, that's pretty nice. We're going to take him prisoner once again. And once more, we will be taking prisoners as well. And, ooh, hello there. New horse armor. Oh, yes, massive upgrade, by the way. Look at that upgrade. That is pretty incredible. I like that. This guy's also going to get an upgrade. And everyone else is seemingly going to get an upgrade as well. That's very nice. And there we have it. Okay, so we're doing pretty well in terms of our money situation now as well. Just getting even more, to be honest. I was actually hoping that we'd be able to take King's Landing, if at all possible. So maybe we'll see that happen at some point. But what I'm actually going to do, now that I have everything maxed out, with the exception of the bow and polearm skill from the character creation, obviously, I'm going to be speccing into leadership. Because as I said to you previously, I personally feel like Famous Commander is one of the best perks you can take early game. If you can level up your leadership fast enough, this is going to be amazing. So I'm going to be speccing both points, one into social, one into leadership. And then what I can basically do is I can create a party here. It's going to be a little bit difficult for me to do this, unfortunately, because I need to give them troops. And I don't really want to give them troops, all things considered. That is something that I would prefer to avoid, but you know how it is. Sometimes you just have to do that kind of stuff. So I'm thinking we'll probably... Okay, you know what we'll do? First of all, we will go over to Salt Pans. I'm just going to let that guy go past, which maybe is not the best idea. But I'm going to go to salt pans. I'm moving pretty slowly as it is because I do have a bunch of prisoners in my prisoner's hold at the moment. So what we're going to do... Wow, look at that. 15,000. Yep. I am perfectly happy to take 15,000. Actually, we just received 9,000. Okay. Yeah. I think I saw that previously in a in the Land of Seeker series. In the Land of Seeker series, there seems to be either diminishing returns, or it's a bug related to selling vassals to towns through the auto sell system in the tavern. So in other words, what you want to do is you want to choose troops to sell. That's the option you want to pick, and then you want to go through that way. It's a bit of a roundabout way of doing things, but I think that that actually fixes the problem for the most part. Could be wrong about that, of course, but I think that indeed does do the thing that you need it to do then. Anyway, it's another 7,000 right there. And, okay, so... Now that we've done that, what we want to do, as I said, is we want to go all the way down to Maiden's Fair and Charmouth, and we're going to try and recruit as many people as possible. Oh, Rosby was taken. I wonder whether they're going to give that to me. Do you think they're going to give that to me? They are! They are giving it to me. Oh, that is so nice of them. Okay. I guess I'm going to... should I just literally do 20? Yeah, there we go. I will do 20 influence, and it is going to me. I'm obviously not that pleased about getting it, because let's face it, it is a castle, and castles are pretty difficult to defend most of the time anyway. But it is a fief, and I'm pretty happy to just have a fief, to be honest. Okay, so I'm going to be recruiting people here. And there's going to be a big fight going on over here too, so we definitely want to partake in that as best we can. And so what I'm going to do is we're then going to go into the party screen. I'm not entirely sure who to make. Probably Mr. Sand, right? Yeah, I feel like Mr. Sand is probably going to be the best one to go for. So he's going to be the new leader. And then we're basically just going to be handing him a bunch of low-tier units, because he's going to be in my army. That's the thing. He's going to be in my army. I don't really care where he goes, but I need him in my army. So let me see here. Let me see. Do we just want to... Yeah, you know what? I'm going to give him this. Veteran Caravan Guard. I need to give him a couple more. So let's just give him these. I think that's... I mean, 50% of his party should be fine, right? Because, I mean, I need 40% minimum to be able to invite him to my army. So I think that should be okay. There we go. And now let's get the army up and running. So let's just do this. There we are. Fantastic. And now he is going to enlist with me. Can you please enlist with me, you absolute imbecile? Why is he going in? Oh, well, never mind. It happens. It happens. I actually wanted him to join me first, but he apparently didn't want to do that, which is very strange. I'm not entirely sure why he would have decided to do that, but okay. He places higher priority on taking part in a battle that he is most likely going to absolutely die in, but there you go. Oh well, never mind. Okay, let me see if I can actually get a couple of kills with my thrown weapons here. Oh, nice. I actually did do some damage, but it was only against a mount, which is kind of sad, but... yeah, can't really do much about that, of course. How did they block that from behind? What? Okay, wow. That was pretty impressive, all things considered. Because I was thinking to myself, yeah, I'm going to swing around behind and, you know, shoot them with one of my thrown weapons. And then, all of a sudden, I hear the shield clanking sound, and I'm like, what? What happened? How did I miss, you know? Well, never mind. They must have been having their head on a swivel or something like that. They were just very, very tuned in to the whole thing. Anyway, I'm going to just tell every single person in my army at the moment just to charge in. There doesn't seem to be any strategy here whatsoever, so I will pretty much just follow suit. And we will no doubt end up achieving victory. And that's actually going to be pretty good, because the more victories we can get, the better, because that means that the Westerlands is going to be so much more likely to declare peace, maybe even end up giving us a wonderful tribute. Don't really care too much about that either way, but it is of course going to make it possible for me to keep a hold on my castle. But thinking about that, well, it is just a castle. it is not actually going to be anything too amazing. So, you know, it's not going to give me a significant amount of money every single day or anything like that. I did get a lump sum of rents and tariffs so far, so I'm actually kind of surprised about that. But that could just be the money that was being saved up before an owner was actually found. That could have been the case, but well, I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, I believe that is indeed that. Yep, there's only about 40 enemies remaining. Let's just speed things up, and that will be that. There we go. Yeah, so I'm going to be making my way over to the castle now. And hopefully, hopefully Kuth will join me. Hopefully he will. And there we go. We've got some nice relation. Ooh, hello. What do we have here? Okay, we got Tiger Cloak Elite Warriors. Okay, they're not that good, but as we've seen, Halberdiers have the same stat line, relatively, and they're kind of amazing. We also have Dragonstone Elite Archers here as well. Okay, I will be rescuing every single one of these, thank you very much. And we will be taking all the prisoners too. Okay, that actually seems to be a pretty nice eventuality, shall we say. And we actually benefited from this quite heavily. All right, so can you join me now, sir? Okay, he's finally joined me. Now I can actually donate troops. Okay, that's a new button. All right, let's donate some troops. Yeah, I guess I'll just give him the Tiger Cloak Elite Warriors. I don't know how, as I say, I don't know how good they are, but he's going to be in my army anyway, so it doesn't really matter, you know, what I give him, to be honest. Should we give him a bunch of Riverlands units as well? Let's give him some Riverlands, because as I say, I'm kind of wanting to just stick with Dragonstone as much as possible, so we'll just do something like this. And there we have it. Okay, that is looking pretty nice. What about the Bowmen as well? They're only tier 3. Oh well, it's not that big a deal. Alright, so yeah, I think that seems pretty nice, and there we are. Okay, so he's obviously going to help me level up my leadership skill. What do we have going on here? Roland, what are you doing, Roland? Are you seriously? Wow, okay, he's asking for it, isn't he? He is absolutely asking for it by... Wait a minute. Is he actually able to escape us? Yes, he is. He is moving at the same speed that we are. Okay, yeah, I'm never going to be able to catch him at this rate, so I will just leave him alone. Unfortunate. Anyway, let's actually see what's going on here. Okay, so workshop income is now 812. Bear in mind, as I said in a previous episode, I've kind of tweaked that a little bit so that I do get a small amount more than you would normally from the base game. So there's obviously that to consider. However, we are getting the most money, amusingly enough, from these two villages. Gotta say, I'm kind of surprised about that. I wouldn't have expected villages to be the main thing that is going to give me money, but apparently that is indeed the case. Kyburn? Wait a minute. Do I not have Kyburn in my... Okay. What are you doing here, sir? This is another one. They are multiplying. Oh dear. We should probably run for the hills, because apparently there's many of them that are coming around here. Okay, yeah, well, whatever the case, let's just sell our grain. I don't need that much of it, of course. Let's sell some cows and so on and so forth too. There we go. And now I have almost 100,000. Very nice. Okay, so let's go over to my castle and see what's actually going on with that. Okay, the prosperity is actually not bad, amusingly enough. And okay, let's have a look-see. Okay, so what can we do here? Well, the loyalty is terrible. Yes, the loyalty is really bad. So what we're going to do is I'm actually going to stop all of these constructions, and we're just going to boost the loyalty as much as we can. I'm going to put 10k in the little place here, even though that doesn't really do much. but I'm just going to put 10k just in case I want to place something there. And also, do we have any people in the garrison? Yeah, we do have some people in the garrison, but I'm obviously going to have to garrison it myself over time, which is actually not bad. I don't think that that's too bad, considering these two villages, I think, like me quite a bit. So I shouldn't have too many difficulties actually doing that, I think. Right? Yeah. They're okay. They're okay with me. So we've got decent relation with them. Otherwise, let's actually just take a quick look at Duskendale here. 831. Yeah, I mean, we might be able to call for an army or for some additional vassals or something like that, and then we can maybe launch an assault against it. But yeah, I'm just going to buy some more horses while we can. And I'm going to need to be very careful about taking care of these villages, because as I've said, this is basically the only reason why I'm making good money from this. Because you see here, Brindlewood is giving me 470. The castle itself is, well, fluctuating very wildly. And I am actually having to pay for the garrison as well as Mr. Sand's party too. I'm having to pay for the wages of both of those. So that's a little bit of an issue. But you can see here, the Westerlands is actually not that large, all things considered. They only have Duskendale and King's Landing in this area. And I believe they have... Do they have one castle here as well? I don't see one. That was just Rosby, I assume, right? Yeah, so apart from that, they just have Stony Sept and then a bunch of others along the way to Lannisport. But that's pretty much it. I'm actually thinking we might be able to even take King's Landing, which would be amazing. Let's see if we can actually make it happen, eh? Hopefully we will. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.